They've recently dropped the first single from their upcoming self-titled EP, Mvelinqangi. Well, they're in studio with us this morning to take us through this new collaboration and project. Gentlemen, a very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Very good morning to you. Thanks for having us.
Good stuff, man. Oh, nice kimonos. Eh?
Thank you so much. You call them robes.
Hey, Singisi. Singisi.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man. Good to have you on the show this morning.
It's so good to be back.
Yeah,
this
man.
is home, you know.
Yeah,
I was telling him that I'm the one that's bringing him here. Because he thought he was bringing me here.
That's the first thing he said, that he's bringing me to. I'm like, hello.
Yeah, because when I saw that morning live thing, I'm like, I'm going home now. And then you see, that's home.
But we can run the archives and see who came more than the other. It's a story for another day.
That I can do. Tell me, gentlemen, how did you guys meet to form this duo?
Okay, cool. So I met him through the legendary Oskido. I was called into studio to come write for other artists, new artists, and also work on Oskido's album. And Drumpope was the engineer and the producer. And we just vibed, and spiritually we connected, and I just remember telling him that one day we have to work together, and here we are today, we're having worked on a project that's coming out soon.
EP.
Wow. Let's talk about each other's roles. What's your role in this project?
Okay, my role was being a producer, and then Ntsika, he was more of a songwriter, and also helping me like engineer the project and everything.
Okay. And then Drumpope, what's in that name?
The name was really inspired by my work, because it's strong too much on the grooves, you know. So I don't know, for some reason the spirit told me, or you need to find a name that is suitable for your strength, because like I said, my strength is in the grooves and everything. So the perfect name that I could come up with, it was Drumpope. So I'm the Pope of the drums.
Basically the drum god.
Exactly that.
No, good stuff, man. Now let's talk about Prayer Warriors. What was the intention of this group?
So the intention of the group is literally to continue healing. I've realized that I'm a healer, irrespective of the environment I find myself in. Whether I'm with the soil, I heal. Whether I'm on a solo journey, I heal. Now I'm in this new environment, which is Prayer Warriors. And we also realize that when we walk, we don't walk alone. And Rona Drumpope comes from an apostolic church background. Same here, and Methodist from Pertinal. So when we ascend the stage, it's not just us, but we walk with Abokoko. Hence, we are prayer warriors. We are literally using the songs to also share to the world how we relate with God, how we acknowledge our ancestors, and how we just broaden the landscape of spirituality.
You know, Ntsika, and I'm actually glad that you guys are here and we're having this conversation. You know, some of your fans who, you know, who may hold very controversial views with regards to spirituality and Christianity, may actually frown at the combination of Amadlozi and as well as, you know, Christianity. How do you go about navigating that?
So I actually think they will do the opposite. I think people are now awoken to the fact that we lived before we were colonized. You know, when white people came here, they did not find slaves, they found kings. You know, like we were already relating to God. We already had names for him. We called him Mvelinqangi. We knew that he does not live in church alone. You find him in the water. When you ascend the mountains, that's where Abokoko used to go to pray for rain when there was drought. So we're going back to those teachings and actually seeing that everything that's in the Bible, everything that people also find in the Quran, those are things that are mirrored even in our African spirituality. This, I know this is familiar. Burning of incense is not a new thing. You know, Ukaya Makambi is not a new thing. You know, so it's just beautiful to know that we can ascend to that phase and just speak about spirituality in that format, but from an African eye as well, because we are Africans, you know, the first people.
So how does the healing element comes out? Through, you know, the context of spirituality or Christianity? So
it comes from the context of spirituality. So we live out, we leave out the religions, you know. No, we just focus on what is in tune. Like when you wake up, no one tells you that you must take a moment and close your eyes and just meditate.
Yeah.
It just comes natural. But your spirit informs you of that. There's also dreams that guide us. You know, like we have dreams. I dream quite a lot. And when I met Drumpope, I already had music that I was dreaming about. And in a verse we say, Mvelinqangi ofunyanwa endabeni ngaphakathi kwakho phansi kwamanzi uthando lubanzi. Like it's just beautiful. And when people connect to that, we had like 2 shows. People are transfixed. Let me tell you something, you know, when we sing and when we perform these songs, people don't even know whether to dance or just get into trance. We've seen people just harnessing and getting immersed in the music, and I cannot wait for the world to hear it, you know. And I also just want to stress, I'm still part of the soil. I'm a creative of note. I keep creating, and mine is to create, and in whichever environment I heal, and I'm glad that this time around I'm healing as well with Drumpope. Yes.
Drumpope, let's talk about your single, guys.
Yeah. Our single, because we dropped 2 singles. The first one, it was Mvelinqangi, and then we just dropped the second single, 16,
yes,
16
of September.
Yeah.
So, like Ntsika said, or this project, the main purpose was to pray, and then also we're doing that groove, and then Ntsika on the vocals, you know. So, yeah.
Let's talk about some of the tracks there in the EP. What really inspired it, and and so on.
So, what really inspired the project, like Ntsika said, because digitally, I would do beats and then send Ntsika, and then from his own element or own space, now he would write something. Because I always say, good to me now, whenever I'm in studio, it's I really bring myself in the presence of God, you know, to say, God, please guide me and whatever that I'm doing, whenever. So in every element that you're gonna hear on our EP, really I had no control over it. God just communicating through me, and then also I would lay down those elements and send Ntsika. And then the communication also, it was beautiful, because there's no single song that we did and like, no, this one you don't feel like.
Yeah, right.
So the communication, it was nice. It was nice. Yeah, it was back and forth, and forth. Yeah.
Now, Ntsika, let me be controversial. In your songwriting process, how do you write the songs? Is it guided by dreams? Is it guided by, you know, the spirit of God or the spirit of Amadlozi?
So it's not even controversial. So there's a covenant that I have, right? I have it with God. And my guides also have a covenant with God. So God passes the songs through them because they are familiar to me. They then come to me in dreams, just as my gift permits as well. Because even in the dreams, I sing for oceans. When I start to sing, they calm down, you know. And amanzi, everything we see around us, that's God everywhere. You know, and our Gogo, before they passed on, they were also praying to the same God that I'm praying to. So it's just a covenant. It's just a beautiful, just transcendence after transcendence. And there's also beauty in the songs and the theme, because there's Amen, there's Kamaku, there's Yehlamoya, there's, you know, like Mvelinqangi, there's, oh my goodness, such beautiful songs. And there's 7 of them. And number 7 is a holy number. We know that God created everything we know in 6 days and rested on the 7th day. We know that the 7 days of the week. We know that there's 7 continents. We know that there's 7 chakras that need to be aligned. We know that Apostle, when you look at the candle stand, there's 7 candle stands. You know, like when we pray, there's importance in the number 7. You know, no matter what, there's importance in the number 7. And I'm glad that in the project, that is just there.
Right. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us, man. We do appreciate the time, man.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's our first music guests, Drumpope and Ntsika, and they've been speaking to us about teaming up to form a new dynamic duo called Prayer Warriors.